But now let's show you what we were talking about originally. Originally, we went in talking about a high blood pressure. We mentioned the kidney bladder. So let's go back to common conditions. Are you with me, caller?
I'm still here.
Okay, now we're going back to common conditions, and we're going to click on kidney bladder so that we can show you how people are coming off of dialysis machines using this system for kidney bladder and getting the kidneys to go back to work again. People with only one kidney, when they go on this, they never have any more kidney problems. So let's take a look at that kidney bladder report under K. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'm looking at the kidney bladder report, and it goes on to describe it and the value of calcium and magnesium. It goes on to talk about the value of amino acids, and all of these are links. If you click on any of this, calcium and magnesium or amino acids, if you click on it, it takes you over to where you can see the product and get your 20% GOCC discount. Or if you call, go ahead. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I said, okay.
Okay. All right. So it talks again about, so what we're seeing here is that calcium and magnesium is really valuable because it seems to be in every one of these reports. And the amino acids seem to be in every one of these reports. And now it's talking about enzymes to break down your food so you get everything from them. And it talks again about how valuable potassium is. So you're starting to see redundancy. And wherever you see redundancy, that means you really need it. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. And then there's the super green foods. That's been in several of these reports. And it talks about the Intramax multiple vitamin, because the Intramax is the king of all multiple vitamins. Over 415 all organic ingredients. Over 415 all organic. And it's a liquid. And it's a doctor's only, not available on health food stores. Again, these products, you want to call the manufacturer or you want to order them off of their website, or you can click on them here and it takes you over to their website. Their website, the manufacturer, it's betterhealthherbs.com. That's the person. Anything we're talking about here, that's the website you go to, betterhealthherbs.com. Or you come over here and you click on any of these products and it takes you over there automatically. But that Intramax, half a capful in the morning or half an ounce in the morning and a half an ounce in the evening, and that is the state-of-the-art organic multiple vitamin, and that will power you up. Okay, now we find that anemia, a blood problem, is generally related when there is high blood pressure and when there are kidney disorders. So we make sure that we talk about an anemia relief formula, now new name Plasmania, because the FDA has changed the name of that product no less than 6 or 8 times, because they don't like it when it tells you what it is. They did not like the name anemia relief because that implies that it gets rid of anemia, which is what it does. And that's how that product works. It's got yellow dock in it, which is 40% natural iron. And that's, so we're going to take it. We're going to make sure that we're going to take an anemia relief product, about 30 drops 3 times a day. Now that's going to help the kidneys excrete waste, and also pomegranate concentrate. So if you got some pomegranate juice and pomegranate concentrate, that has antibiotic properties that helps to acidify the urine. And also celery. You want to eat a lot of celery. You want to juice it because it works as a diuretic to decrease the uric acid. And parsley acts as a diuretic and decreases the uric acid. And then there's hydrangea. Hydrangea cleanses the urinary tract, and uva ursi has germicidal properties that cleanses the urinary tract. All of a sudden, the kidneys is getting all this help. Everything's getting detoxed with all these herbs. Let's take a look at that anemia relief formula and see what it's in, see what's in it. See what the formula is. Okay, I clicked on it. Now I'm looking at the Plasmania herbal formula, and it says it's got yellow dock, 40% iron. It's got dandelion root, which is an anti-cancer herb, which is loaded with minerals. It's got barberry leaf. That is a liver herb. And parsley, there's your diuretic. There's alfalfa, that's loaded with vitamins and minerals. And there's myrrh gum, which is, they gave baby Jesus myrrh because it's a natural antibiotic. And then it's made with, and then there's seaweed. Atlantic kelp is in there. And then there's that structured water, and you can get it as a glycerin, non-alcohol extract, or you can get it as an alcohol extract. And that is the anemia relief formula. So that's how that works. And then down here, it's talking about how the kidneys function. The two kidneys, they're filtering toxins and waste products from your blood. But we've used that colon and liver cleanser and that fiber. We've cleaned the blood. We're cleaning the blood with the Pau de Arco bark herbal tea. So now we're really taking the load off those kidneys. And when you do that, blood pressure comes down. Now, and it talks about all kinds of things that are going on the kidneys. And then it gets to this marshmallow root tea. And it tells you to get a pound of marshmallow root powder. You bring and you bring a quart of water to a boil, and you pull it off the burner, and you take the lid off, and you take a tablespoon of this marshmallow root powder. You put it in that water, stir it around, put the lid on it, let it cool down, and 15 minutes or so, you start sipping on that throughout the day, and you drink that marshmallow root tea. And you only have to do this until you go through one bag, one pound of marshmallow root tea. You don't have to do it after that. It'll get rid of incontinence of urine in 3 days. People throw their diapers away. People are on dialysis machines. Many come off of a dialysis machine using this system because it feeds and nourishes the urinary tract. Then you're using a kidney bladder herbal tincture extract. And this kidney bladder herbal tincture extract has peach bark, marshmallow root, buchu leaf, corn silk, echinacea, goldenrod, parsley root, red clover blossoms, more dandelion root, watermelon seed, and uva ursi. And about 30 drops of that 3 times a day, and the kidneys go back to work. If you need more help, if we've got a real severe kidney problem, maybe we got somebody on dialysis. Well, if you need a calcium channel blocker, that's kava kava. Kava kava tincture. That's your herb that's going to block the calcium from causing spasms in the kidney with kidney stones and kidney infections. And so that's how that works. And I'm having to close some mics again as we go along. I'm multitasking, and I'm going back to the kidney report. So you're going to use kava kava tincture. And if you ever had a lot of pain an aching. Let's say you helped somebody move and you're lifting heavy boxes all day long and your arms are so sore that you can't hardly lift them up. Take 30 drops of kava kava root 3 or 4 times in a row, and all of a sudden all that pain in your arms goes away temporarily, and they relax, and by the time the pain would, the tincture wears off, by that time the arms have got plenty of circulation have gone through them, and you don't have any pain. So that's kava kava is kind of interesting. It is very relaxing to spasms and aches and pains. Great tincture to know about, kava kava. There's Schizandra berry. If we're on the trail of, if somebody we're on a dialysis machine, we would make sure they knew about Schizandra berry to strengthen the digestive organs and the immune system, and it promotes against free radical damage and viral and bacterial infections. They add Schizandra. And if somebody was on a dialysis machine, then they'd add nettle leaf, because it contains biologically active compounds that reduce inflammation. And herbs for better kidney health include combinations of all of these nutrients in extract form. Additionally, that marshmallow tea is recommended because it cleanses and nourishes the kidneys. And if we needed something to reduce more inflammation, goldenrod. More goldenrod is going to get rid of the inflammation, so the herbs can also be ingested in other forms. We talked about celery and parsley can be eaten raw, while cranberries can be consumed dried or in juice blends, or and put them in the blender. They're part of that blender drink we talked about earlier. But goldenrod is anti-inflammatory. Then there's juniper berries that works on the kidneys and diabetes, and red clover, which works on the blood and is a muscle relaxant. So if there was somebody on a dialysis machine, they would do all of those things, and just maybe they'd be like a lot of people who are not on dialysis machines anymore. Now, gallstones. See, if those kidneys, if you got a problem with stones, that's where the hydrangea root and gravel root and the marshmallow is going to coat over the stones. The marshmallow is going to coat the stones so you can pass them. And the hydrangea is going to digest them, break them down, and so will the gravel root. Then there's the goldenrod in there to get rid of the inflammation. And then you go into this system of drinking olive oil and lemon juice concoction, and it goes into a complete report here on herbalhealthreview.com. herbalhealthreview.com. We are looking at common conditions, and we're looking at a report called Kidney Bladder, and it's even giving us a report on how to get rid of gallstones, kidney stones, and as long as you're then taking a good digestive enzymes and your diet is good, say goodbye to no more kidney stones. You won't have any more. So that puts us back up to the top again, and because if the heart is involved in this, and it generally is with high blood pressure, this was the final piece of the puzzle. So now I'm going back. So caller, I'm going back to common conditions again. And let's go back to common conditions and look at heart and see what we do if the heart needs a little help there. Because when we do a little bit of all of these things, you may not have to do a lot of one thing, but it's a good thing to know that the heart is involved when there's high blood pressure, and if it is in any way, shape, or form let's talk about how to deal with the heart. I'm clicking on heart. I'm at herbalhealthreview.com. I've clicked on common conditions, and I've clicked on heart. And it's describing heart, and it's talking about natural supplements for atrial fibrillation. And there's a complete Wikipedia report all about what is atrial fibrillation so that you understand it. Because there are reports within reports so that you get all the information where you really can understand what's going on. And then you know why we're using certain nutrients. So anyway, there's that heart support formula that has motherwort and hawthorn berry and tansy and fenugreek and garlic and cayenne and hawthorn leaf and ginkgo leaf, which also feeds the brain and circulation to the head and the brain. So that's a wonderful heart formula. And then it talks about bugleweed. If there's a problem with cardiac arrhythmia, bugleweed is the herb. It's also called heart or cardiac dysrhythmia, which is which is a disturbance in the regular rhythm of the heartbeat. Certain types of cardiac arrhythmias are life-threatening and a medical emergency, while other types are not of any major concern. If it's a little out of rhythm from time to time for some reason, maybe it's stress, whatever, but it goes then it goes back to work and everything's fine, and we're not too concerned. But if we're getting continued cardiac dysrhythmia or arrhythmia, if we continue to have a disturbance, well, then this is what we're going to do. We're going to take some bugleweed, because some forms of these heart arrhythmias are called heart palpitations by the general population. Those who have a cardiac arrhythmia should review the herbs that we're talking about that are listed here on Herbal Health Review, herbalhealthreview.com, under common conditions, under heart. And they should review these, and perhaps that they could be helpful in prevention or treatment. I don't claim that these supplements are a natural cure, because that kind of research hasn't been done. And besides, the FDA puts people in jail when they say they can cure something. So we're not promising cures here. We know that the Most High, in the name of Yeshua, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Ahaya, which is Hebrew for I am that I am. That's our Father. That's my Father that's in heaven, and I'm sure it's yours too. But that relationship with the Most High is so important. And that's where the cure comes from. The Lord does the healing. The Lord has guided me to invent these and create these formulations and this system and provide this information on this website where you can't buy anything. It's all free, and it's a massive amount of work to have created and to continue to update and publish. But that's a labor of love for the Lord. And that's why I beg for donations, is because I'm helping a lot of people that can't give me a donation, and I never charge anybody to help them. That's just not that's not what Jesus Christ did, and that's not what I'm going to do either, and never have. So I don't charge, but I do ask for donations, because I do need donations to keep going, and I don't get enough to pay the rent. So, and that would be nice to be able to pay the rent. Anyway, so we've talked about bugleweed to get rid of arrhythmias. How about fish oils? Because they reduce ventricular arrhythmia and atrial arrhythmia, most commonly presented as atrial fibrillation. But the fish oils stabilize cardiac cell membranes. So the fish oils are something you should be taking as a preventative. Doctors who are planning to prescribe anti-arrhythmia medicines to their patients for mild cases of arrhythmia should first consider recommending their patients eat cold water fish almost every day, or take these fish oils, and perhaps be taking 1 to 4 fish oil capsules in their daily supplement as a regimen. That's really going to stabilize cardiac cell membranes in the heart. And then you're taking this amino acid we talked about, acetyl L-carnitine. Wow, now you're really working on that heart muscle. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But this is so important, the fish oils and flaxseed oil. You can get them as capsules. You can get them as an oil, and it talks about the value of them, and it goes on at length. And it talks about sea buckthorn seed oil, which is loaded with the omega amino acids, and so the sea buckthorn, that's another great oil. There's that calcium and magnesium again. There it is again, listed here, because it's used for heart arrhythmias. That's right. So you can see how important calcium and magnesium is, and it's called Nice Bones, and it's and taking 3 of those at bedtime, and then it's talking about acetyl L-carnitine that rebuilds the heart muscle and makes it powerful. So when you're doing, and talks about coenzyme Q10 again, because it's a substance, CoQ10, that helps convert food into energy, and CoQ10 is found in almost every cell in the body, and it's a powerful antioxidant. So these are really great tools to when there is any kind of a heart disorder. And then there's red wine complex. That red wine complex called resveratrol. That is it's found in wine and grapes, and it's better to get it from the grapes because the wine's got sulfites in it, and that ruined the wine. Then you're getting that sulfites, and who wants that junk in your body? So just eat a lot of grapes and take red wine complex. And the protective effects of resveratrol in the grapes are on a rat heart include reduced rhythm disturbances, reduced cardiac infarct size, and decreased plasma levels of lactate dehydrogenase and creatine kinase. So that's why it's so valuable. Red wine complex. It'll keep you young. It'll keep you younger, and it protects that heart, and it reduces those heart rhythm disturbances and infarct size and decreased levels of lactate dehydrogenase. The potassium and iodine are minerals that can be deficient in some cardiac patients, and berberine is a bitter-tasting yellow plant alkaloid with a long history of medicinal use in Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine. Berberine is present in the roots and the rhizomes and the stem bark of various plants, including golden seal root, Oregon grape root, barberry bark, and turmeric, all very valuable for the heart. So it goes on to describe a lot about that, about the heart, and it kind of ends up here talking about Helicobacter, that's Helicobacter pylori, and low stomach acid. And that's where you're going to use that kombucha mushroom, which is the correct fermentation for the stomach, and the acidophilus powder, and that's going to correct that Helicobacter pylori, which also causes stomach ulcers. As a matter of fact, while stress was a problem basis for stomach ulcers years ago, the Helicobacter pylori has become a primary cause for peptic and duodenal ulcers since its discovery by two Australian doctors, Robin Warren, MD, and Barry Marshall, MD, in the early 80s. And antibiotics have become the primary cure for it, and that's not really the way to go out, because unless you're using natural antibiotics like Golden Seal, and taking the acidophilus powder to get you that friendly bacteria, and that kombucha mushroom to get you the friendly bacteria, and the correct fermentation. You see, if you went to Germany, they use sauerkraut for the correct fermentation in their stomach. If you go to Asia, they use kimchi, fermented vegetables, and miso, fermented barley, and so this fermentation is key to the intestinal tract. So I use what I feel is the best, and that's kombucha mushroom and the acidophilus powder. Now I think that we have really gotten to where we needed to go, and it's talking about the value of, again, calcium and magnesium, and it goes into great detail on all of these things, again, and in fish oil, and zinc, and magnesium, and vitamin B6. And again, when you're taking that Intramax that has over 415 ingredients in it, now you're getting a multiple vitamin that's got zinc, magnesium, and B6, and it's all organic. All organic. That's why I take that one. It's called Intramax, and it's listed here. And then taking a lot of vitamin C is just absolutely wonderful for the heart. And weight loss, there's a complete weight loss report here. When you click on weight loss, it takes you over to weight loss if that is a problem that is contributing to this high blood pressure and any of these other problems. And of course, if there's diabetes, it's contributing to this. And there's a complete diabetes report. And when people go on that diabetes report, and they're working on the kidneys at the same time, and the high blood pressure at the same time, maybe that's why they're reporting back here that if they've had diabetes for 10, 15 years, and they're on insulin, and they're miserable, when they go and they use the diabetes report, the kidney bladder report, and the make lifestyle changes report, and the high blood pressure report, they report back within 3 to 6 weeks, no more diabetes, no more symptoms, and they have a quality of life they never dreamed that they could have. And that happens in about 3 to 6 weeks when you do that. And we get report after report. As a matter of fact, I was on the radio broadcast about 6 weeks ago with Elder Rakah with GOCC. And he was saying that his wife, when she went on the kidney bladder report, her serious kidney bladder issues were gone and never came back. And And then he mentioned also that he's getting people calling him that are members of GOCC, and they're reporting that their diabetes is gone. They're coming off of dialysis machines. Their kidney bladder problems are gone, and I'm giving all the credit where it goes, where it belongs. It belongs to the Most High, because the Most High is the author of all things and of everything you're looking at here. And that's why this works, because we did the work. We were, and it's 4 generations of herbalists, myself, my daughter, my granddaughter, my great-grandchildren, all contributed to this and contribute daily to this information. But there it is, and even talks about clogged arteries. If that's a problem, here is a complete clogged arteries report. And researchers also report regarding taurine. You got to know about this. It's like an amino acid, but it's not really an amino acid. And it's called taurine. And researchers reported on the benefits of taurine for patients with atrial fibrillation in the Journal of Medical Hypotheses. Taurine is an amino acid that may be taken orally as a supplement. And the study found that taurine, Taurine, may help prevent irregular heartbeat by regulating mineral levels in the blood tissues. And researchers believe that taurine, 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 may be effective as an AF or atrial fibrillation remedy, partly because it decreases the nervous system activity. So that's it. That's my report on the heart, and that's my report on high blood pressure, and we looked at it from every angle. What do you think? Are you with me, caller?
I'm here. I really do appreciate this so much. I did some things. I've actually seen some things on these reports that I had started doing, and I just really thank you so much for your help. I really do.
Well, we'll give all the credit to the Most High. Can we lift this all up in prayer, sister?
Yes.
Wonderful. All right. We're coming in the name of Yeshua, which is Hebrew for our Savior. And we come praising the Most High, our Father, which art in heaven. We come in the name of Yeshua. We come praising the Most High, Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. I am that I am. Heavenly Father, all praises and worship you, Heavenly Father. We declare a victory over this high blood pressure. We declare it for your glory and for your victory, Heavenly Father, because it is you who does the works. And Heavenly Father, we declare this in the name of Yeshua. Thank you, praise you, and worship you in the name of Yeshua. So be it, and amen. Okay, sister? Okay. All right. So is there any other question? Or should I take another caller?
Well, one more quick question. You just went so far for me. I've been on a homicidal vinegar regimen. And my question is about the different seasonings. Yeah, seasonings. Like turmeric, what is it called?
Curcumin, turmeric, yes. Curcumin.
Yes, and then I do with the ginger, and I do with the cloves and the yellow honey and cinnamon in the regimen, and I do that twice a day. It's good for you.
Yeah, that's great. You're using good herbs, and that apple cider vinegar drives your body from acid to alkaline, and it's great for your digestion. And a lot of people are using that. So that's a good thing. And as long as you feel better and it's working for you, that's the main thing. Because one remedy isn't for everybody. Everybody has to figure out and find the certain things that they really like, that is really working for them. And that's why we have so many choices here, so that you can pick the things in here that you try them and they really work for you. That's the ones you keep. And after a period of time, you need to know, if you threw the book at it, you're going to get rid of it, and you're not going to need to take all these things anymore. You're going to just need to have a good diet and maybe a few things that you feel really help you. Then you stay with those. But otherwise, you're not taking all of these things, continually. It's not so. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to have to take this the rest of my life. But no, you don't. You just take what you like and what's making you feel good, and you start discontinuing things. And the most important thing is you discontinue the poison, chemical, pharmaceutical drugs that are making you sick and keeping you sick. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go to another caller. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Bless you, sister. So we're back over here now, and the microphones. Well, they're closed right now so that we don't have any echoes. But if you have a question or a comment or a topic, please press your star key 2 times and let me know that you want to enter the discussion, and let's talk about something. Please press your star key 2 times if you have a question or a comment. Is there a question there in the Jacksonville area? Do you have a question? Dr. Strange at Storm Ridge, Montana, talking about the possibility of a manger. I mean, I have a little baby, South Carolina. Yeah, this guy is a multi-million-dollar stock on the former Beverly Hills Southside Field River. She's still dealing with the pain of divorce from her ex-self. With other therapy. Oh, sure, they started dating like, why didn't you it up? I'm sorry, in Jacksonville. I'm hearing you, but there's a lot of distortion in your voice. I don't know why. Maybe you need to get closer to the microphone so that we can understand the words that you're saying, because there's some distortion in the sound. So please continue. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's too much distortion in that. Maybe if you will email me, my email is Truman@healthherbs.com. Email me Truman@healthherbs.com. Truman@healthherbs.com. And I'll be glad to in detail answer you back, as I do everyone. And emails I can answer faster than telephone calls, because when I get on a telephone call and I spend an hour describing something and helping somebody, I by the end of the day, if I've helped 8 people, I've spent nearly 8 hours on the phone until I don't have any voice left, and it's exhausting, and it's over and over and over again that I'm saying the same things when I've already made over 300 videos, and they're all up on that herbalhealthreview.com under Discoveries in Health. There's over 100 videos there under Discoveries in Health, with screen capture and tutorials. Exactly what you're hearing right now, you'd be looking at and hearing it at the same time. And that's on herbalhealthreview.com under Discoveries in Health are all these videos, including this one. And do you have a question there, Jeanette? Do you have a question? Hello, I'm looking at someone in the California area. Did you have a question?
Yes, I did. Can you hear me?
I hear you. 10 by 10. You're very clear. Please continue.
Okay, yes. I have, you helped me before with my kidney and my kidney issues, and I'm working on that now, so thank you so much for that. I did have an issue I wanted to ask about sciatica. Is there anything that you can help with sciatica?
Sciatica.
Sciatica nerve that.
Yeah, sciatica. That nerve pain.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at sciatica here. Okay, let's go take a look at sciatica remedies. Let's see what they know out there. And SCI sciatica remedy. I'm gonna just go up here and there's sciatica exercises, but the main thing with sciatica is using like hot or cold compresses, uh, and, and I find as a cold compress, I like to have about a quart size bag of peas, of frozen peas, because they fit around your elbows, they fit around your hip, they fit around areas as they cool down. So that's whenever I want a cold compress, I reach in the freezer and grab my quart size bag of peas, and that would be what I'd use as a cold compress. Then
Okay.
as a hot compress, I would take and uh, uh, take a towel, a small dish towel size, and wet it, wring it out, throw it in the microwave, which is about the only thing I would use the microwave for, is to heat up that and to heat up that towel, and you just press for about a minute, and you're heating up that towel, and now you can alternate those two back and forth, and that hot and cold compresses can help relieve sciatica pain and inflammation. Then we talked about an herb called turmeric. Plenty of turmeric is another effective remedy for sciatica because it's anti-inflammatory, and you're going to be taking it maybe by the teaspoon. So I made a formulation called number 1043, and number 1043 is a joint care formula that's loaded with turmeric and boswellia and other anti-inflammatory herbs, and it's targeted against rheumatic pain and arthritic pain. So it's a real good turmeric formula called 1043. So taking that by the teaspoon, 2 or 3 teaspoons of that is incredible. It's amazing. It's an amazing formula. So that would be good. And then massage. Massage is good. And either if you can get one of the massage wands and massage that area yourself. Also, there's something called a TENS unit, like TEN, TEN. TENS units is an electrical. You can get this little electric device that is about the size of a remote control for your TV, and it has these wires come out of it, and it has these little pads, and you wet the pad and you stick it over the area, and it massages and puts electricity to the area, and you can set it to any to whether to various settings, and that will get rid of pains when you really need to increase circulation to an area. It's called a TENS unit, and you can go up on the internet and you can order one of those. Probably cost you about less than $150, but they are extremely valuable for anybody who has always having pain, because that will massage it and introduce a low voltage of electricity, stimulating circulation like nothing else you can do. Then when you're putting in, maybe something like that, muscle mustard salve, I like to take the muscle mustard salve and a little bit of DMSO, liquid DMSO, dimethyl sulfoxide, which is a penetrant. And I'll put about 6 or 8 drops of DMSO. You wash your hands thoroughly first, because DMSO takes whatever DMSO is combined with, it takes it right into the tissues of your body. It penetrates.
Oh, okay.
It's a super penetrator. It's used on horses. It's used on dogs. You get it from a pet store, or a equine hay feed and seed store. You get DMSO. You get a little bottle of that liquid, transfer it immediately into glass. I think it comes in plastic. Put it in a glass bottle and use a few drops with that muscle mustard salve. Muscle mustard salve. Let's go take a look at that. Muscle mustard salve. Let me see here. I'm going to give you a number for muscle mustard salve. Muscle. Okay, MUSTARD. I just went to the search engine on betterhealthherbs.com where you get all these things. And I went on the search engine and I'm looking at muscle mustard sports salve. And I'm continually getting calls here from this person. And muscle mustard salve, they're probably calling me because they don't have the instructions. It's got mustard seed, wintergreen, and comfrey, and arnica, and cayenne, and grapefruit seed extract, and wintergreen leaf, and wintergreen oil, and lavender oil, and olive oil, and emu oil, and heliochrysum, and beeswax. And that is what you would put on a horse's leg that was wounded and bruised up real bad. You would use that, and that horse would regain the use of that leg again, and everything would be just fine. And it works great for sciatica and sports injuries. It's what I keep around. Whenever I injure myself, I've got some of that muscle mustard salve. I've got some of that DMSO. And so I apply 6 or 8 drops of DMSO to the area and then rub in a little mustard salve. Maybe use that TINS unit. And maybe use a massage wand on it. Now you're starting to get some relief. And because it's got cayenne in there, and cayenne is a pain reliever. Then valerian root and herbs like that are very calming to the nerves, which when you're suffering with sciatica, that's really making you just never know when you're going to get hit with another lightning bolt in your hip.
Right.
So you're nervous. So a nerve formula, one of the greatest nerve herbal formulas that has valerian root in it is number 1321. Number 1321 herbal tincture. And that gives you some ideas how to deal with the sciatica. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds like it. Sounds like anything at this point will help me, because it's causing me to lose sleep. It's waking me up at night, and I just knew there had to be it, other than going to a doctor and wanting to go in and cut on you. I know that I knew there had to be another way to go.
Yes. So I think that TINS unit and the things we just mentioned really was going to give you a leg up on that problem. That's a joke.
Okay, well, thank you so very much. I appreciate appreciate it.
All right. Bless you. All right. That brings us near to the top of the hour, and we've helped a few people with information that it will help them. I need to give you the telephone number and the website where you can order any of the things and talk to a live person who will help you and make sure you're getting results. That is my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. But remember, I don't get anything from the sale of any product. Be sure when you're up there on that Herbal Health Review, leave me a donation, will you? I need to keep going here, and I need enough to be able to pay the rent. I'm just not getting enough donations to do this work. So please help me do this work. And that's herbalhealthreview.com. And there's a donate button on herbalhealthreview.com. And the telephone number for any of these products that we're talking about, that's 541-791-8400. That's right. Call them, and they're the nicest people in the world. They're going to help you. They'll make sure you're getting results. They'll make sure your orders go out in a hurry. They compound these things. They do a wonderful job. And their phone number, 541-791-8400. 541-791-8400. Their website is betterhealthherbs.com. Betterhealthherbs.com. And they're in Albany, Oregon. And their name of their company is Health and Herbs. Health and Herbs. And their website is betterhealthherbs.com. 541-791-8400. My telephone number, 503-362-5899. That's 503-362-5899. Call me up. I don't usually answer every call because I'm probably on a call. But what I do is my telephone captures your phone number unless you don't let phones do that, then I can't call you back. But it gets your phone number, and then as soon as I can, I call you back. Because usually I'm answering an email. Go ahead. Did you have a question? Do you have it? Okay. It looks like we are coming close to the top of the hour here. I don't think we have time for any more questions. I'm looking to see if Pastor Elijah is with us. And if he is, I'm looking for him here in the call list. Looks like he wasn't able to join us here today. So that oh, there you are. You are here, Pastor, brother, my dear friend, Prophet Elijah. How are you?
I'm abundantly blessed.
I know you are. I know you are. Will you please give us a closing prayer that we may honor the Most High with all this information, and that all these people, their suffering would be taken from them, and that they would find the remedy and the natural foods that will comfort them, and that they will be healed by the Most High. Would you please lead us in prayer, Prophet Elijah?
Oh, most certainly. Father, we come to praise a higher side of higher. In the name of the Son of Christ. And Father, we all thank you tonight for allowing us together here tonight to give you all the praise and glory that belongs to you and you alone. Father, you are essential to our daily activities and schedules that we have, and the very air that we breathe. We thank you for being I am. Most High, your word says, so that all the people of the earth may know without any doubt and acknowledge that the hand of the Most High is mighty and extraordinary power. That you will heal
fear the Most High, your Ahia, and obey and worship Him with profound reverence forever. For in the gospel of righteousness, which Ahia ascribes, is revealed, both springing from faith and leading to faith, disclosed through the way of faith and arousing to more faith. As it is written, the man who through faith is just and upright shall live by faith. But with Ahia, nothing is ever impossible, and no word from Ahia shall be without power or impossible of fulfillment. Now faith is the substance and assurance of the confirmation of the reality of the things we hope for, and a proof of things we do not see, and the conviction of the reality of faith receiving as real fact what is not revealed to the senses. For Dr. Burke, we thank you, and the ministry that the Most High has given to you discovers and helps. We thank you for the natural remedies that you share with the world each week. You give us information freely and make it available to all who have a need. And what you have done here tonight is for us to use our mustard seed faith to arouse more faith. Because all of us who are upright shall live and shall live by faith. Now faith is the substance that will cause us not to accept the bad reports from the enemy about our health. The child said that is written, man should not live and be sustained on bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of the Most High. For the kingdom of the highest is not meat and drink, but righteousness, peace, joy, and the Holy Ghost. So we also include not only Dr. Burke, but we include Better Health Herbs and Reverend Health Review. We include them in this prayer tonight. And Father, tonight we prophesy. Your word will say that the sower sows the word. Dr. Burke has sowed the word. Therefore, I decree that those sown on the good ground, the good soil tonight, those who hear this word and receive and accept and welcome him and bring forth fruit, he said some 30 times as much for some 60 times as much for some, and some 100 times as much. So tonight I bind up what we talked about here tonight. I bind up high blood pressure. I bind up heart problems. I bind up kidney problems. I bind up diabetes. I bind up clogged arteries. I bind up sciatic nerve problems. I prophesy that you are healed, made whole, and walking in supernatural divine health in the name of Yeshua. I prophesy that you walk in divine health all the days of your life. No weapon of infirmity and sickness will prosper against you. And any attack on your health will be minor and temporary. I renounce negative habits that will hinder good health. I take authority over every spirit of mental infirmity in the name of Yeshua. Today, I tear down the high place that put the medical symbols and industry before a higher side of higher. I renounce the spirit of pharmakia, medical by medication, by magic, and witchcraft. Teach them to believe you for higher, that for your healing, I believe that you created nature's medicine. Your word says that the leaves are for the healing of the nation. You are the healer, the deliverer, the keeper of life. So I prophesy that the great physician will have the final say in the state of your health, and you will believe on his report. So I ask you who are listening, let us decree and declare together. I thank you, Ahia, that your son Yeshua has set me free. I am free indeed. I refuse to give the enemy any right to try to afflict my body. I decree that the word of health to my body and healing to my mind. I am healthy from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. I will live a full life according to the word of Ahia. Every word that I speak is pregnant with creative power. I declare that I will success positively the things the word says about healed by your child's stripes. I decree and declare that my eating will not be an instrument to cause me to stumble. The highest has promised me. I surrender my health completely to the Holy Spirit. Father, deliver me from bad habits that could poison my health. And Father, I thank you right now because your word makes us free tonight. Just because you hear the truth does not mean that it is the truth until you believe that it is the truth and act upon it. But as you act on the truth that Dr. Birch has brought forth to tonight, the Father will make you free. Shalom. Amen.
Shalom. All praises to the Most High. What a wonderful prayer, as always, Prophet Elijah. Thank you so very, very much. And ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the top of the hour. And so we'll be back again every Thursday. We're here praising the Most High and talking about natural remedies and helping folks. So tell your friends about it. We're here every Thursday for 2 hours. We're live over your telephone internationally, worldwide. It's a free call. And we're live over your computer. And we're live over your computer in Google Hangouts as well. And we have a live audio video of this broadcast. It's available, and all the rest of these conferences, they are available on herbalhealthreview.com under Discoveries in Health. Over 100 of these conference videos, and they're all free. But remember, leave me a donation. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining us here on Discoveries in Health. Bishop Dr. Truman Burst, Master Herbalist, praising the Most High and bidding you well. Bye for now.